Hey everybody, Andrew here with Nashville Severe Weather. We have a severe thunderstorm warning here for Williamson County. This is going to be actually meant for the southeastern, far southeastern part of Davidson County. And this is for a storm that is really angry. This storm that is in eastern Williamson County is popping lightning everywhere. And they're in Nolensville. So a lot of subdivisions and places around Nolensville are just getting pelted with lightning. So it's a very, very prolific lightning producer, and is dropping even some pea-sized hail. We had a report of some pea-sized hail just a little bit ago. They're in Nolensville. So that's what we're looking at right now is a severe thunderstorm warning. And this is in effect until, let me pull this up, this is in effect till 6:45, and it probably won't be in Williamson County that long, so it'll probably have moved on into Rutherford County before then, but the warning's in effect until 6:45 for this storm that's now in Nolensville, especially on the east sides of Nolensville. Right now. So let's go over and look at velocities. This is for 60 mile per hour wind gusts and potentially some quarter-size hail, and both are possible with this storm. And this is a pretty funky looking velocity display here because it's so close to TBNA, and it looks like we had a microburst there just east of Nolensville. That'd be south of Rocky Fork Road between Rocky Fork and York. I live in this part of the county, and I'm telling you, the lightning is pretty impressive. All right, so it's really close to where I am. It looks like we had some 60 mile per hour wind gusts there as part of a downburst there between York and Rocky Fork, and then also up there around the Creekside Drive, Ballinger Farms, areas like that up in Nolensville. So looks like we do have a downburst there in Nolensville, and that could be causing some pretty strong gusty winds there. And it looks like the Weather Service is noting an intense microburst signature on TBNA over Nolensville. Okay, so that's what we're looking at right now. Again, severe thunderstorm warning for Nolensville. And this is going to be for quarter-size hail and potentially some 60 mile per hour winds. And a lot of lightning. I mean, a lot of lightning. So each one of these white dots, or each one of these dots here, is a cloud-to-ground lightning strike. And so they are all over the place, all the way between Cane Ridge Park and all the way down around Burke Hollow. All right, so just a lot of cloud-to-ground lightning strikes out there right now. Okay, so again, if you're just joining us. This is a severe thunderstorm warning for eastern Williamson County. It does clip part of Davidson County, but the storm is not in Davidson County, although there could be some strong gusty winds that go there into southeastern Davidson County. But this is really a Williamson County issue for the most part. And again, as we switch over to the velocity display, this is a microburst signature there in Nolensville. All right, so if I back up in time, you can kind of see the colors light up here. So really all up and down Nolensville Road, there is a threat for strong gusty winds. Right there all the way from really north of Triune all the way up into Davidson County. All right, so let's go back over here and look at reflectivity here. Again, the strongest threat today with this particular storm, as far as the severe goes, is going to be 60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. And radar is indicating even we could get some stronger hail than that, some bigger hail than that. This is a very intense core. This core goes up, we're looking at, this is 24,000 feet. And you go higher than that, and all the way up to 40,000 feet, there's a lot of reflectivity, a very high reflectivity core with this storm. So really all that to say, it's just a nasty storm, and it's a big summertime storm. So again, if you're anywhere between Brentwood and Smyrna, the lightning is going to be really intense with this, and that's going to be one of the, as far as like really one of the most deadly threats. You really don't want to be outside anywhere between Brentwood and Smyrna. So if you can hear the thunder, you really need to be inside. Getting reports of some peas and dimes there under this storm in Nolensville. I'm I'm going to send that report in over here, let the Weather Service know about that. So, let's see here. All right. Okay, so again, if you're just joining us, severe thunderstorm warning. This is in effect until 6:45 p.m. And so, we'll see how long this hangs around. The thing is moving east, and so at really southeast, and so it's aimed right, from this warning down to the southeast toward Murfreesboro. That's where it will eventually go, and so it's but for now, we got to deal with it in Williamson County. So really, there's lightning, pretty strong lightning now, even up into Davidson County, encompassing the area mostly from like McCandless Road all the way up to Cane Ridge. All right, so very intense lightning all the way through there. With this very high storm, it's a very tall core, so there's a lot of energy with this. We got some reports of hail there in Silver Stream, which is right here. Silver Stream is subdivision there on the east side of Nolensville. We're getting pelted where I am. Silver Stream showing some, got a report of up to dime size hail there in Silver Stream. So let's look at the hail view. The hail view here shows kind of what radar indicates as a possibility with the hail sizes. And it's saying up to 2.47 inches. That is a very, very big time estimation. That is not a for sure thing. That is just an estimate for sure. But hail sizes do appear to possibly be getting bigger in Nolensville. So let's take a look at a product here that shows us where the hail might be. And really, it looks like there could be hail scattered out all the way from downtown Nolensville east on Rocky Fork through Silver Stream and over to Rutherford County. So mixed into this rain, there's a distinct possibility that you'll see hail there in that core, especially there where it is purple. And so that is a big-time possibility there. All right, let's back out just a little bit. It looks like we're in pretty good shape as far as other storms go in the rest of Davidson and Williamson County. Not a ton of other activity going on. However, it looks like... it looks like this is our only storm there in East Nolensville. All right, hang on just a second. Will's joining us. Hey, Will.
Hey, Andrew.
Man, sorry, I don't have my earphones in, so this is going to be a little weird. All right, so I was just talking about here the storm here in Nolensville, especially on the east side of Nolensville, but the lightning threat extends way out beyond it. It looks like we have cloud to ground strikes now all the way up in past Cane Ridge Park. This runs all the way up into like Burkett Road going on up toward I-24. So the thing's tossing lightning way out away from the core of the storm. And the most lightning is right underneath it, but it's tossing lightning a long way. So we'll see how long this thing hangs around here in Williamson County, but it for sure is angry. Let's take a look at TBNA, and it looks like TBNA, we were looking at a microburst signature just a little bit ago. Looks like this thing has dropped a couple of these. There's one right there, and yeah, there's just a couple of... this should be Sanford Road right there. Looks like another area of some pretty gusty winds there. So really, anywhere on the east sides of Nolensville, you could get some strong, damaging, gusty winds as this thing slowly moves to the east. Very slowly. Let's take a look at the hail again. And yeah, it looks like now around Nolensville High School, Silver Stream, and then as you go east on York Road and Rocky Fork Road, all the way up Fly Road, definitely seeing indications here. Let me pull that radar up for you. Definitely seeing indications here of hail mixed in there. And so those of you around Silver Stream, just east of Nolensville, around Nolensville High School, Summerlin, and down Stanford Road a little bit. Well, you're right in the core of that storm, and you could definitely, you've probably seen hail for the past few minutes. And
just got a nickel hail report from Nolensville High School.
Nickel hail in Nolensville High School. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Even more indication now in this latest scan. This thing is dropping hail big time, it looks like. There around Nolensville High School, Summerlin, Silver Stream, Rocky Fork, York. It definitely looks like this thing is unloading some hail on you guys now. Let's go back to our hail view here. Still indicating the hail core over Nolensville. That has not come down. If anything, that has gone up. So this thing's loading up on some hail, and it appears to be dropping it now from Silver Stream to Summerlin, and right there around the high school. And nickel to quarters now being reported over to the Weather Service. So, for sure, this thing is pretty angry. So Will is over there on Twitter, and he's going to be covering this thing over on Twitter. He's also taking reports, and we're going to be sending those into him, as you already are. You're sending these hail reports. So if you're in Nolensville and you can safely, don't go outside and take a picture of this, because the lightning is really wicked with this storm. It is really wicked with this. So don't go outside and take a picture, but if you can get a picture out the window or something, or when the storm calms down, you still can get a picture of hail. We'd love to know how big this hail is. And if you could compare it to the size of a coin, that would be fantastic. So like dime, nickel, penny, quarter, something like that. Quarter size hail is considered severe, and this warning definitely includes that possibility. So if you could tweet using hashtag TSpotter, and that is the quickest way for us to get that report on Twitter for us and also over to the Weather Service. And they definitely find these reports useful. So a little bit ago, we saw this storm developing. If you followed us over on Twitter a little bit ago, we saw this storm developing about 20,000 feet aloft. So this was over here at about 6 o'clock. And if you, this is what the storm looked like at about 6 o'clock at the base level. Well, if you go up in the atmosphere, we saw this thing developing. So this was up at about 24,000 feet up there, and it hadn't fallen to the ground yet. Well, it didn't take long, and then we ended up with this, and we've got hail. Looks like quite a few people without power as well in Nolensville. Mm-hmm. And so that doesn't surprise me at all. I've taken multiple power hits with this thing. As I live pretty close. So the strongest area of lightning, the core of this thing, appears to be right there around where Rocky Fork and York come together. And that's who's getting the barrage of lightning right now. That's east of Silver Stream, right there along Rocky Fork where it goes into Rutherford County, right near like the Walden Farms and areas like that, just east of, or right there around the York and Rocky Fork intersection. And so that's where the strongest core of this looks right now. Let's go again and look at the view and kind of see. Yeah, still a lot of hail coming down, it looks like, all the way from Silver Stream across York Road and down to Sanford. So it looks like most of the people there between Nolensville Road and Rutherford County are going to get a good dose of hail. So yeah, if you could send this to us, send reports to us, that would be great. And we're seeing reports here on T-Spotter of almost 1 inch hail, just about 1 inch hail there in Nolensville. So what a mess. In fact, we just got another picture here. I'm going to enlarge that and kind of see what we're looking at. Yeah, those are better than quarters. Those are better than quarter size there in Nolensville. And Will's going to grab those over on T-Spotter and send those in over to the Weather Service. So that newest one, Will, from Justin there, that thing, those stones are better than quarters there out of Nolensville. So it looks like maybe inch and a half size hail, inch and a quarter maybe, in Nolensville falling, and that's really all the way down York Road. And again, the core, we'll get our new radar scan here in a second, but the core really is right here in this purple, and that's going to be right around the York and Rocky Fork intersection. Those of you up in Nolensville, downtown Nolensville, around Town Hall, Sunset Elementary, Burkett Place, you guys are going to be in pretty good shape there as far as the hail goes, but not from the lightning. The lightning is still a mess. So the core of this thing now, let's see, we should get a new scan here in just a second. Let's see here. There we go. There's a new scan. Yeah, still hail being indicated there, right there east on Rocky Fork. All right, let's go up aloft in this storm. I want to see if this thing is finally going to start losing some punch. And let's see. Let me go back a little bit. It might start losing a little bit of energy here shortly, but it's not there yet. All right.
Andrew, I showed up a screen. I've got a really great video demonstrating, this hail falling in Nolensville, and as it plays, you can hear the hail hitting gutters.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, I see the video there. I don't know if we can pull audio in, but I see the video. Yeah, that's impressive. That's over. That looks like over in the Silver Stream neighborhood is where that looks like. Yeah, that's a mess.
Sure is.
Yeah, this looks like the strongest storm we've had. Strongest storm we've had today.
So yeah, I'm seeing persistent 1-inch hail reports now.
Okay. Yeah.
1 inch.
Yep. Quite a few coming in. Right there near Nolensville High School. So yeah, we're getting several reports now out of Nolensville of some pretty large hail. Yeah, that's impressive for us.
Yeah, and anytime we get just these persistent reports, right? We know that it's not a onesie twosie kind of thing that won't impact anybody. It looks like anybody that is under the core of this storm as it moves east into Rutherford County is going to get impacted by this 1 inch plus hail. No, not really much doubt about it until this core shrinks down or drops a little bit lower.
Well, those folks over there in Rutherford County are ones also that got a storm, I don't know, an hour or two ago that included a pretty decent microburst over there around the I-24 interchange with 840. And so they've already had their storm today, and they're probably going to get another one as this slides to the southeast. This thing is right on, just right on the border of Williamson and Rutherford. In fact, now the core looks like it's just about to slide into Rutherford. So let me turn off the special weather statement there. You can kind of see the county line better. So the white line's the county line. This is where Rocky Fork goes over into Rutherford County. You got like Walden Farms there. You got Cooks Lane and Lee Road. Those are all over there in Rutherford County. So this is right on the county line. So the poor folks over in Rutherford County about to get their second storm. Let's look at the view here and see. Looks like maybe just a little bit less, maybe a little less hail now, but still falling up there on York Road, it looks like, according to radar. So, yeah, I don't doubt that there's still some hail coming down. And it looks like they're going to reissue a warning here for this storm here in just a minute. Not exactly sure if that will include us. It probably will, but that's just a guess. This thing's on its way out of our area, but it might still clip us as the thing hasn't quite exited yet. Still a lot of lightning with it. Still a lot of lightning, but maybe, there's still a ton of lightning with it, but maybe just a little bit less as there was maybe 10, 15 minutes ago. So
yeah, it looks like
really
those
hope this thing
have calmed down for sure. Also, going through these hail reports now, have video here up of just a yard full of hail.
Yes. Yeah, we see that.
Yeah. And so seeing that, pretty clear indication that it's widespread, that it's happening just about everywhere.
Yep. That's great video, man. I hate to see that. Hopefully it wasn't big enough to do any damage, but man, oh man. All right, so again, quarter size hail is considered severe. So anything smaller than quarter size is still going to be loud. It's still going to be loud, and it's going to be just really. it's gonna be really kind of scary. It's not something we get around here just a ton, but really once it hits that quarter size threshold, that's when damage can start being done to roofs and cars, stuff like that. And so you might, once this thing is well out of the way, you might want to, check your belongings, make sure everything's okay outside. But please wait till you can't hear thunder anymore. This is not the time to go outside and check it out. It looks like we have a. Will, can you pull up that T-Spotter report of maybe some traffic signals that are messed up there? That's going to be in Nolensville. Let me pull that up here. Okay, that is
looks
the.
Like we got some traffic signals that got bent up a little bit.
Okay. This here has happened before.
Nolensville Road.
That has actually happened before, and that's the Clovercroft and Rocky Fork intersection, and that almost exact thing happened about 2 months ago in a microburst, and they're going to have to fix it again. So that arm, the traffic signal arm, comes swinging around and busts up the other traffic signals. So hate that. They're gonna have to fix it again. So
they were at 90 degrees like this, and one of them.
That's right. That's right. And so, it swings them around and busts up the traffic signals. And it's been maybe 2 months since that happened last time. So hang on just a second. I can hit my weather radio. All right. So new severe thunderstorm warning here does include part of Williamson County as the storm's on its way out. But once the storm gets out of here, we'll consider us all clear here. But the new polygon you see there does clip us. And let me pull us back up here. There we go. As Will's over there checking out some other reports. And it looks like lightning strike in Nolensville at the farm off Clovercroft. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think it actually even rained at the farm subdivision off of Clovercroft. So I know where that is, and I don't think it rained there, but a tree got busted up by some lightning, and that's exactly what we're talking about, that these storms can produce lightning outside the main storm. I'll show you right here where that is. Let's go down here. Yeah, this was that lightning strike right there. That's the farm subdivision, and there's that lightning strike right there. And that is the farm subdivision. So we saw a picture there on T-Spotter, or actually in our replies, of a tree that got struck by lightning, and that's from that strike right there. And I don't think it even rained there. So again, the lightning was really interesting with this thing. Lots of it, and it was striking well away from the actual storm. Okay, so new severe thunderstorm warning polygon. This is in effect until 7:15. This thing's not going to be in Williamson County that long. In fact, I would argue the core of it is almost out. So that's good for us, bad for Rutherford. But it does look like I'm going to go up in the atmosphere here again. It looks like it might be backbuilding, actually. Nolensville might actually get something like this again. Man, that is
I see it building that appendage of 50 plus dBz back over the line, back towards Burke Hollow.
Yeah. So it looks like this is looking up at about 25,000 feet right here, and this is incredibly intense. This, I can tell you right now, this is ice and it is hail up at about 25,000 feet. And so we hope that this is not back. It looks like it is, though. Looks like it's back building a little bit. And you guys on the east side of Nolensville might get a little bit more of this thing before it comes down. And so it looks, it has slackened off in subdivisions like Silver Stream and Rocky Fork and York Road, but you might get a little bit more of it. We're just going to have to see, but it looks like it's developing again aloft back to the west.
I'm seeing another one go up over Franklin as well, Andrew.
New one over there in Franklin, yeah. So we'll see how this thing develops. This is over around Jim Warren Park, Franklin Green. So areas around Forest Crossing, Sullivan Farms, Polk Place, the intersection with 96 and 65. We're just going to see if this storm develops into anything. It's kind of what we had to do with this other one a little bit ago. We saw it developing aloft a little bit, Just kind of had to wait and see what happened with it. So some sprinkles now from West Haven to Jim Warren Park. We'll see if it develops into anything. If it does, could have some frequent lightning, gusty winds, and maybe some hail, like this thing has. So we're not calling the all clear yet for Williamson County because this storm over here in Nolensville might be what we call backbuilding a little bit. And what that basically means is that the main part of the storm may be over in Rutherford County now, but aloft, we're looking back here to where the storm might be developing again over in eastern Williamson County. So we're not ready to call the all clear yet because it might still get a little bit weird here on the east side of Nolensville Road again. So we're not ready to call the all clear yet, and that's the severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect here for Williamson County until 7:15. Still quite a few on the on T-Spotter here and in our replies showing that hail that fell. Please send us reply or send us tweets using hashtag T-Spotter. We'd love to know about any reports you have. And looks like they had close to an inch of rain there in Nolensville. Somebody measured. And let's see here, looking through some replies and T-Spotter. So again, if you are in Nolensville, I'm gonna have to sneeze in a second. By the way, I apologize for that. It looks like in Nolensville, if you do live down there, the intersection of Nolensville and Clovercroft is going to be a mess. So it looks like the traffic lights are messed up there. Even they're damaged, and that happened not that long ago, actually, and it's happened again there. So if you're in Nolensville, you remember a couple of months ago when the traffic signals got swung around and it messed them up. Well, that's happened again. So looks like that's going to be
some of the newer folks that are joining us, and I'm looking in the chat on YouTube while Andrew does a good job of breaking down what's going on the radar. A number of you are asking about locations that are outside the area we cover, right? So we're Nashville Severe Weather, and we cover Davidson and Williamson County, and that's it. So those of you asking about counties that are not Davidson and William, or cities in counties that are not in Davidson or Williamson, not something that we're going to focus on or talk about ever, really. But there are lots of good people that cover those areas. That's just not us. But we do appreciate everybody joining and wanted to clear up, what exactly we're going to talk about and not talk about.
Yeah, so we're Davidson Williamson, and we can't imagine covering more than that. So.
No, that's enough.
So we're just here covering this storm here in far northeastern Williamson County, and once it heads over into Rutherford County, there's people over there that cover that, and you got Rutherford and Murfreesboro that cover that on their severe weather accounts on Twitter. So follow them, and so we hand it off to them right there at Rocky Fork Road. So at Rocky Fork, when it goes on into Rutherford, we hand it off to them. And we're looking good here at the base level, Will. I'm going to go up a little bit, and yeah, even aloft, it looks like good news for us in Williamson. It looks like the thing is for sure sliding over into Rutherford.
I still see some 50 plus dBZs, but they're at 20,000 feet probably, and will probably drift east with the main body of the cell. But yeah, I agree with you, Andrew. Certainly at the lower tilts, anything, anything at 10,000 feet or below is solidly out of our area. Just a few red pixels left in what I'm seeing that are on the western side of that Rutherford County line. So whenever you're ready to wrap it up, I'm good with that, and we'll be watching. Looks like Eastern Williamson County getting a lot of love. I see something going up over Eagleville right now as well.
Yeah, storm there over in Rutherford County and Eagleville. Yeah, that's going to probably be a strong one. Franklin's getting a little bit stronger. Franklin is not as robust. It's not going up as fast as that Nolensville storm did, so hopefully it'll stay as just a shower over there in Franklin.
The
we're going to keep an eye on that.
The latest scan I have, 4750, has two 50 dBz pixels, and that's it. So we'll
Yeah, and it's just not going up as fast, and that's good. That Nolensville storm, man. I mean, just within a couple of scans, it was definitely a hailer. Just within a couple of scans up aloft. That Franklin was a little bit slower. Hopefully, it won't get the energy to do what this one did. I want to hang on just for a minute though, because I want to wait till these aloft scans get over the county line, because I don't want this thing to back build on us. But it looks like that's not going to happen. These are our most recent scans here, and it looks like it's pretty safely over there into Rutherford. So, yeah, Will, let's pull it down, and we're going to cover this over on Twitter. Will's going to cover this over on Twitter, and we'll be watching this storm in Franklin. Not seeing this thing being a severe thing yet. However, it could be a lightning producer here in a little bit. Right there between downtown Franklin, I-65, and those neighborhoods east on 96. So we're going to watch this one around Franklin, maybe for some lightning. But it looks like the thing now, the main show is solidly over into Rutherford County, and then that Eagleville storm is comfortably over in Rutherford County as well. So if you hear thunder, head indoors. Otherwise, we'll be over on Twitter, and we'll be back if there's any other warnings. Will see y'all.